Jay Harkless doing a lot of the scoring, and David Mwaka making his first start in 9 games, squaring off against Diallo in the face-off circle. And underway we are. The Spartans in their black alternate road uniforms, and UNLV going with the white on whites. And right away, Keshawn Gilbert forces a turnover. Not the last one we're going to see from him.
The other thing we wanted to mention is Omari Moore. You got to get the ball out of his hand. You certainly cannot let him go right tonight.
It's Mwaka at the top of the key. I mentioned he played the last 8 games off the bench, but his minutes have been increasing. They go up top, in and out on the roller. Trying to take advantage of a quick switch by the San Jose State defense. And not a team that switches a lot defensively. They will have some matchup advantages tonight for sure. Here's Omari Moore's first touch of the game right away on a mismatch. Elevates over a pair of defenders. Mwaka had it, lost it. But Elijah Harkless, right place, right time. He'll go coast to coast. Around Cardenas and finishing with the left. E.J. Harkless with the first score of the game gets the Rebels on the board. E.J. Harkless, you really can't say enough about his performance here in his first and only season at UNLV. Second in the conference in scoring. First in free throws made by a wide margin. He does it in all aspects. Omari Moore with Harkless on him. He gets around him. Elevates again. Misses another bank shot, but a new shot clock for the Spartans. Here's Anderson from the far side. This is off the back of the iron, and
playing him so hard not to go right, you make it beat on the dribble. Moore got downhill and then really good. He didn't get a block, but at least a shot altering move there by David Mwaka.
We're here in the 26th game of the year for the Runnin' Rebels, their third to last home game. All of a sudden, the slate winding down to the end. The battle of the bigs is Gilbert now with it, trapped in the corner. 5 on the shot clock as Webster fires one up. Long range three-pointer falls. Make it 1,187 straight games that the Runnin' Rebels have nailed a three-point basket.
Yeah, Webster was a massive key in San Jose. The Rebels trailed by as much as 13 with about 12 minutes left, and he helped bring them back with 3 threes in that game.
Gilbert pressuring Anderson offensively at the top of the key. Kevin Kruger calling out a switch. There's more on Webster with the shot clock expiring. There's a pull-up Trey. Good off the back of the iron, but how about the outstretched arms of Ibrahim Diallo out of Senegal, the Ohio State transfer, averages 5.5 rebounds a game, gets his first one early. Gilbert nifty dribbling. Jump stop in the paint looking for a man. He finds Harkless, who fires from the corner. Wow. His 3 falls. E.J. Harkless tearing it up in Mountain West play, and the Rebels up to an early 6-point lead.
Now, like I said, absolute alpha right now. He's on a scoring run, and Moore was in good position, but I think he was shocked that the shot got up.
Cardenas gets Mwaka off his feet, now dumps down to Diallo. Around a couple of Rebel defenders. His first basket of the game cuts the lead in half. Ibrahim Diallo averaging 6.5 points and 5.5 boards a game. Gilbert in amongst the trees. He's fouled on the floor.
Good hard on the alley-oop, so get him settled down and get him a little more consistent. Play tough out there. Make sure you're secure with the hands.
Jordan McCabe into the game as well. He'll inbound to Harkless. He'll go one-on-one on Moore. Spinning, elevating, firing. He rolls it in and out. Another rebound. First on the defensive end for Diallo. Omari Moore out of Pasadena, California. And moving to 9th place all time in the San Jose State history book with just 9 points tonight. And that would be an off night for him. That would be 8 points under his season average of 17. He's got the ball in his hands here. He's setting up to Cardenas. Dishes. Trapped on the baseline. Evacuated to Cardenas. More from the corner.
Whoa.
The shot clock expiring. Yeah, Diallo,
I mean,
throwing a defender to the floor.
That was pretty obvious. I don't know if Kevin Kruger was shielding on that. He didn't flip out. I'm surprised he didn't.
McCabe with an off-balance shot. That one never going in. Not enough on it.
That was crazy.
Now San Jose State with a chance to tie. Rebels lead by 2, 4 minutes played. And a moving screen called on Diallo, so there's our call on the other end.
Yeah. Might have been a little bit of a makeup there.
Jordan McCabe has started this year, only game that Keshawn Gilbert has started off the bench. McCabe in along with Gilbert now. We're just under 4 minutes played. And one thing for Jordan McCabe, he's always going to slow the game up at the top of the key for better or worse. That's just the way that he runs this half-court offense. Harkless pushing a bounce pass low to Iwako. Just kind of stabs that one in the net for his first points, and the Rebels into double digits first.
So important to get a couple of pitches inside with successful conversions to balance the offense for the Rebels.
Laura Cardenas out of Granada, Spain, over to Trey Anderson. San Diego kid, transferred from University of South Carolina. Shot clock under 10. Evacuated out to Moore. Rebels switching in the 2-3 zone. Tolbert's three-point shot off the glass and in. Sage Tolbert averages 9 points a game, gets 3 of them right there.
They keep the banks open on Valentine's?
Got to keep it open for somebody. Yeah. Here's McCabe with a response. Just not enough once again. McCabe now 0 for 2 from the field. San Jose State, an upstart team, a lot of size, Steve. They do a really good job on the rebounding battle. Robert Viola into the game for the first time. One of those guys that pulls out a ton of boards. A lot of size at every position as Viola banging down low, calling for a pass. They'll go to him as Parquet gets a hand on it. There's McCabe coming the other way, and the guard will slow things up. Over 5 minutes play, McCabe spins on the baseline. Nifty pass, Harkless. No good, just missing.
It's a 49-34 advantage. They really got worn down in that game as the Spartans were plus 15 on the glass.
Shane Noel into the game for the first time, and he's a guy who's really emerged as far as playing time here in conference play. He's trying to close out, but Tibet Gorner able to drop that one from long range, and San Jose State with their first lead of the night, a 10-2 run.
So Gorner's real dangerous, and he was one of the real big reasons why San Jose was able to pull the upset in San Jose.
Noah with the left rolls it in. That shows you why he's garnering that playing time.
So Shane Noel is one of the best stories on this team. We'll talk about him a lot, and his role is going to be even bigger tonight with Lou Rod out. But he is blended in, and unlike young guys, he really concentrate on his defense. He's a great passer and an underrated three-point shooter.
Focusing on your defense, a great way to earn more minutes on a Kevin Kruger coached UNLV team. Viola, big body out of Northern California, spins and misses badly with the left. Noel has it fall into his arms for his first board. He'll go coast to coast. Now to Gilbert. Fresh off a couple minutes stint on the bench as he's fouled by Tolbert. 15 different lineups last year, so this is a new look for Tim Miles in his second year.
Yeah, they had one key injury with MJ Amy, who's a three-point shooter who they certainly could have used, but now I think Tim Miles is comfortable going 6 or 7 deep.
Noel with a little too quick of a bounce pass. Miscommunication
with Shane that I think surprised a lot of people is his instincts passing the ball, but sometimes when you're a guard or a small forward, you're so good at passing, your vision is so awesome. The bigs have to be in tune with you, and Milwaukee was not in tune with him on that one.
You're thinking 3 steps ahead while they're just trying to get down into the paint. Elijah Parquet guarding on Moore. I think that's the preferred matchup on the perimeter as Parquet gets a hand on it. Somehow Viola snags it, but he misses the shot. Rebound to Milwaukee. See what Gilbert does here. Goes left, then right, up through contact. Milwaukee tips it. He can't find the cup, and Gorner pulls it down. He'll reset to Amari Moore with 12:27 in the half.
Let's see what they do with Moore here, trying to push him to his left.
Moore 2 points off of his career high, 27 points in the Spartans' last game, a win against Utah State. There's Trey Anderson.
Yeah, they've got Power 5 talent. That's starting, I almost said offensive line, the starting front line to begin the game. You're talking transfers from Temple, South Carolina, and Ohio State.
Okay, up to Milwaukee. Comes down with it, puts it on the floor, goes inside of Viola. That's what you want to see from David Milwaukee, earning his way back into the starting lineup tonight.
Yeah, the lob is there. Again, you want to balance the floor with this UNLV offense. They haven't had enough opportunities thrown down to the 5-man. They really need this down the stretch.
Here's Garrett Anderson averaging just 8 minutes a game, but 6 points in 19 minutes last time these two teams played. Noel fighting for a rebound. It comes out with Keyshawn Gilbert looking for some space. Trapped himself on the baseline. Webster off a screen, catch and shoot. Trey, he's hit, but no fouls called. Arcade tried to knock it out of bounds, but Anderson found it with the hands. Parquet drops underneath the screen. Moore tries to drive, and they're going to get Parquet on his first foul. To play, and the Rebels trailing 15-14. Moore on the inbound. Finds a man. It's tipped away from Anderson right into the outstretched arms of E.J. Harkless. Brings it down the court, gives to Webster. Pull up Jay from 15 feet, no good. Garrett Anderson pulls down a rebound on the other end. And at the 11-minute mark, San Jose State, even though they're one of their last 5 from the field, But amount to come back and hold on to a lead for now. Garner and Moore at the top of the key. Mismatch here with Mwaka guarding. Hook shot off the glass, and E.J. Harkless with another board. Pushing the pressure. Now slowing things up as he's looking for some space. Harkless, Euro step, just missing. Didn't get anything on the shot. And San Jose State coming the other way with numbers. Moore picked up the dribble. Garner gets past Harkless. Goes up top and kisses it off the glass for two. San Jose State with their biggest lead of 3 points. If Keyshawn Gilbert can find a way to get involved in the offense, he elevates Mwaka. What a jam! Save that one from flying into the third row as Mwaka yams it in with one hand.
That was a great finish by David Mwaka, and that lob is there. They're targeting it.
He's done it early and often, going for that 7'4" wingspan of Mwaka. It was a battle of the bigs. Garner from in front of the UNLV bench. There's Gilbert slowing it up on the other end. Scratch that, he'll drive and dish to Parquet. Experienced Justin Webster. Gets to the baseline, elevates over Diallo and drops it home. Rebels back on top as the seesaw goes back the way of UNLV.
I love attacking Diallo. I think the Rebels believe that he's a little bit weak defensively, especially in that pick and roll situation. In that case, Webster went right at him.
Diallo, one of the leading shot blockers in the country along the Mountain West. Moore finds some space. Mwaka gets a hand on it. Diallo through contact on the other end as they let the boys play down in the paint. Another lead change here. And a travel called on Gilbert. Couldn't slam on the brakes quickly enough. He's able to have more production, well, averaging 3.5 points, but 14 minutes a game. He's played double-digit minutes in each of his last 6 games. Cardenas and Parquet. As Elijah meets him at midcourt. Anderson up to Viola. Former Fresno State Bulldog Viola sets the screen. Now it's to Cardenas and over to Garrett Anderson. Phoenix native goes all the way around and is able to finish with the left. Good move from the 6'5" freshman guard. Gilbert is able to get around him. Keyshawn pulls up from the free throw line, drops it home. Back and forth they go with 8:16 to play.
Love to see that from Keyshawn. E.J. Harkless needs a lot more help, not only with just pure scoring production, but the threat.
Here's a wide open three-point jumper from Trey Anderson, nothing but net. 6'7" junior forward from San Diego. Now with 6 points in the game. Waco puts it on the floor, then sets the screen. Noel taking it, pressing the issue. He's knocked away. Not to be denied, fights through the effort. That'll garner even more PT for Isaiah Noel. Coaches love seeing that follow-up effort as Gilbert gets a hand on it. Out of bounds right in front of us.
San Jose looks really comfortable in the half court.
Ibrahima Diallo on the bench, but a game-high 8 points and 5 rebounds for the center. There's Anderson putting it on the floor and driving baseline. Cardenas with 10 on the shot clock. Waco meets him at the perimeter, looking for a pass. Instead, he'll shoot off the front of the rim, and a scrum for the rebound goes to Keyshawn Gilbert. They'll go 1-on-4, finding Webster in the corner. Harkless with a pump fake. Webster swings to Gilbert. Gilbert hacked, but they'll let him play through. Goes up, makes the shot, and he'll have a trip to the free throw line for the old.
Did the Mikan drill, right? Throwing kind of the hooks on layups on both sides of the rim. And Jamal Williams mentioned that in a pregame interview he did, that, you know, a lot of Gilbert's ability to finish when he absorbs contact is because he's practicing. I think we got a cameraman issue
For Keyshawn Gilbert in the win.
He's had so many crazy finishes when driving into the chest of a big and then throwing it up.
And at least for tonight, he's made the only free throw attempted by either team. Garrett Anderson goes the opposite way of the Tolbert screen. How about that two-hand jam? Out of nowhere, Garrett Anderson.
Miscommunication on the perimeter. E.J. Harkless looking a little frustrated as Anderson showed he can get downhill.
Gilbert misses the lay-in. Couple of Rebels fighting for the board, and looks like that's going to be Cardenas coming out of the scrum with 6:15 to play in the half. 26-25. Spartans lead UNLV. That lead extended on a Trey and 29-25 with 6:11 to go in the half. Is Kevin Kruger's going to turn to Jordan McCabe and bring a level of measure to this offense. Gilbert
so it looks like a, sorry, Matt, looks like a 1-3-1 here.
Gilbert on the lay-in just off the back of the iron. That thing had some real English to it, but he couldn't get it to fall. Or Cardenas and back and forth with Viola. And a foul called away from the ball. Give the Rebels possession. Turnover for San Jose State will give the Rebels an opportunity here. Trying to break up this 5-0 run over the last minute and a half or so. For UNLV, the turnovers have been there all year. Third in the country in turnovers forced per game. First in turnover ratio of any team in the NCAA. They forced 20 turnovers 12 times on the season out of 25 games. It's every other night. This Rebel team has forced 20. More often than not win when they're able to do that. Here's Awako in the paint. His long pass up to McCabe. Goes to the floor as it's tipped away. And in the corner, out of bounds. That's going to be
different times in meeting number one. You know, throws the offense on the other side off, and they've got enough size that they can play, you know, someone 6'5", 6'6" up top.
Cardenas takes the screen, goes to Trey Anderson. Gets into the paint, elevates, and drops it at the bottom of the net. San Jose State now leads 31-25. The largest lead of the game extended. Back into the 1-3-1 on the other end. Not really giving UNLV any space on the perimeter either. Normally it's a defense made for stopping the mid-range shot, but they've done a great job of keeping the pressure away from the basket as McCabe finds a three-point shot. That's a way to cut into the deficit. 31-28 now. The Rebels trail by just 3.
That was a tough three-make. Anderson recovered pretty well. But McCabe has had his moments this year, shooting the three ball, certainly better than last year.
Here's Viola. After 1 year at Fresno State, was told to go to junior college. He said, no, I'll go within the conference. He's had a great year finishing with the left there.
Another lost switch. Kevin Kruger just kind of shaking his head.
Garrett Anderson at the top of this 1-3-1. He's giving UNLV fits. Save for that McCabe trade the last time down. Here's Parquet. Still nursing that sore left knee. He's got a wide open shot from in front of the Spartan bench. Misses on a line drive. Noel saves it, and a new shot clock for the Rebels. Webster drives, bounce pass. Parquet rejected under the hoop. Under 4 to play, 33-28 the score as Viola catch and lay in underneath the basket. As whatever momentum the Rebels garnered the previous time down, he lost it there as they trail by 7 once again. Fired over the top to McCabe. Fakes on the shot. That's Webster, double team. McCabe gets 2 defenders off their feet from just inside the three-point line. Another beautiful jumper from Jordan McCabe, shooting the Rebels back within this one. Rebels 1 of their last 6 from the field. Conversely, the Spartans 5 of their last 6. Cardenas into the paint, now out of it with 15 on the shot clock. Anderson way short on the 3 as it's off the backboard. Parquet and McCabe collide, and San Jose State gets the ball back. Long pass down to Trey Anderson. Webster shoved away, and the foul called on the offense. Viola looked like he took an elbow there. Some physical. See what they do with it. They are a very good free throw shooting team in general, especially the man with the ball right there, E.J. Harkless. They're going to give Mwaka some space at the top of the key as he picks up the dribble. Now it's E.J. Up to Mwaka with 2 hands on the finish. They're going back to that once more tonight.
It's there. Both Viola and Giallo having trouble covering the roll, man.
There's Omari Moore after a brief stint on the bench. Coming in with a little bit of life. Going back and forth with Viola. Moore around the screen. Rejected. E.J. Harkless has it. He's fouled. Viola the guilty party, and E.J.
You know, coming in, he was hot as a pistol. And tonight the Rebels have done a good job shutting him down. Now, the next thing is execute the other switches, make sure.
The only prior charity stripe shot E.J. Harkless is 77% free throw shooter on the year. Drains a dead pair to bring the Rebels back within a point. 7 fouls for San Jose State. Diallo and Viola with 2 each. Rebels extending the pressure a bit. And zone defense around the other side. Cardenas with Webster switched onto him. Tries to find a man. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 2:05 in the half. Diallo sets the screen. Cardenas back up top on the mismatch. They're going to go down low with Webster guarding Diallo. Working it around to Moore. Over Mwaka. Rolls out. Diallo has it knocked away. What a tip by Webster right to David Mwaka. Rebels looking to extend their 6-0 run at the end of the first half. McCabe, a nifty bounce pass to find Webster. Now it's Mwaka. One-on-one. Battle of the bigs, and Mwaka fires it way long. San Jose State likely going to slow this one down with 1:30 to play. 35-34, the visiting Spartans with a 1-point lead. Rebels haven't allowed a point in 1.5 minutes. Moore try to drive. Harkless right in his face. Gorner has it knocked away. They're going to call Harkless on the foul right in front of our faces. That was 5, including tonight. They need to win 4 of their last 5. Kevin Kruger's second year. Harkless gets a hand on that one, knocked out of bounds. Scratch that. As I said that, Trey Anderson came running in. Amari Moore calls for the pass in the backcourt. 1:08 in the half. 15 on the shot clock. Moore around a screen. It's Cardenas on McCabe. Back and forth at the top of the key with under 1 minute to play. Cardenas, Euro step and fighting through the contact to make it. 3-point lead with 50 seconds to play. See if the Rebels go quick or slow it down. McCabe to Webster in the corner. Catch and shoot. Trey in and out. Waka tips it, but Moore able to hold it. Gorner nearly has it stolen. Instead, he throws down to Trey Anderson. About a 12-second difference between game and shot clock. 20 to go on the shot clock here. Moore slowing things up. The 6'6" senior guard out of Pasadena marks out the play and calls for the screen. He'll take it left side. Left in some space. 5 on the shot clock. Webster comes out to meet him. Moore to the left. Anderson in the corner. Nothing but net with 10 seconds to go in the half. The Rebels are going to hold for one more shot here, trailing by 6. Harkless on the runner. Drains it, and that'll end the half. And we're back, and we are underway as the running Rebels try to come back from a 4-point halftime deficit to the visiting San Jose State Spartans. Thanks for joining us here on the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network. The Rebels coming out of the halftime break with Harkless, Gilbert, Webster, Parquet, and Mwaka, the starting 5, and E.J. Harkless into double digits with his 11th point of the game. And changing up the defensive pressure right away, Steve, is Keshawn Gilbert doing what he does best, and that's one-on-one perimeter defense against guards. And showing it off there is Tolbert. Pump fakes the shot. And to Trey Anderson, who had a big first half. Alvaro Cardenas, 2 points on just 1 of 2 shooting tonight. He's not a big shooter. And as I say that, drills one off the front of the rim. Maybe that's why he hasn't taken many.
I thought it was in.
1 for 3 tonight is Cardenas. And the Rebels, their second possession of the half, they go up to Mwaka, and he's stymied. Ibrahima Diallo was ready for that one. Here's Tolbert the other way, fighting through 4 Rebel defenders. And he finishes at the rim without any contact. So the deficit back to 4. The Rebels do look like they are playing with some tempo here out of the halftime break. Gilbert rolls that one around and in. So 2 very similar looking looks in their first 2 makes of the second half.
Yeah, that was probably second option there was Mwaka. Defenders back off to cover Mwaka, and Keyshawn's got a little runner.
You know what you're going to get from Alvaro Cardenas. He is as tough a player, Tim Miles says, is on the roster. And a foul call as Diallo hacked underneath. As the Rebels 8-5 at home. Kevin Kruger in his second year, 20-9 record here at the Thomas & Mack Center. A lot of early season non-conference games being played at home. The Rebels 5-8 in Mountain West play this year. Moore picks up the dribble. Great defense once again by Harkless. Moore's got it, a long 3-pointer. The 30-footer falls. Amari Moore's first bucket of the night extends the lead to 5 points, 45-40. San Jose State scoring 40 points in the first half for the 11th time this season. Mwaka up, under, rolls it in. This is a big gut check game for David Mwaka, especially after returning to the starting lineup after 8 games off the bench. And Mwaka now with 8 points on 4 of 8 from the field.
Let's hope that 3 doesn't get more going. Another one. Nope.
Almost on command.
He's been shooting the 3-ball really well, which makes him an almost impossible player to defend.
Gilbert with his foot on the gas runs through traffic and has it knocked away. He thought he was fouled. Cardenas cutting in and out of E.J. Harkless. Pass to Tolbert. The big man puts it on the floor, going up for Diallo. He can't keep it in bounds. They tried to do the
last 5, so he's got the stroke. Keep him cold. That'll help the rest of the way. He did not have a good first half.
Here's McCabe off the bench as Keshawn Gilbert to grab a seat next to Barrett Peary. Works predominantly with the backcourt. Getting coached up there. Kevin Kruger barks out a offense for Elijah Harkless and company. 10 seconds on the shot clock. It's Mwaka looking for a pass, and the feet pitter-pattering. He's called for an easy travel in the lane.
Out of control, driving down the floor earlier, but he got bumped and then kind of sulked on the baseline, and then meanwhile it's 4-on-5 the other way. You got to get back on D.
Yeah, coaches hate that. 45-42. The lead now 3 points for the Spartans with 16:50. More double team. McCabe backs off, leaving Harkless all alone. Mwaka thrown to the ground. He's fouled. They're going to get Sage Tolbert for that infraction. It takes a lot to knock the big man, the 6'10", 235-pounder David Mwaka to the floor. He went down like he was hit by a train.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact as Mwaka tried to jump up in the air. Got bumped pretty hard.
Legs cut out from underneath him. That's the 3rd foul on Viola. It's the first of the half for San Jose State. So
he's a big guy. Sorry, Matt. 240 pounds. I like him as a building block player, though, and I don't know what happened at Fresno, what the story was, but he moved on from Fresno State, and he's been a big contributor here.
It was told by the coaching staff they wanted him to go to JUCO and then come back. That was the thing that he was not interested in. So he said, I'm running back out on the floor.
They're very fearless when it comes to contact and put them in positions where they're, you know, at that point they're like, well, what else can I do but foul him? He's got me beat.
Harkless now 4 for 4 from the line tonight. Team high 13 points, only Rebel in double digits.
Need some stops now. Maybe a couple of.
Backcourt screen as McCabe's able to get around it. More out to Trey Anderson with a hand in his face, drains it. Trey Anderson blazing hot from the line, and San Jose State 8 of 18 from beyond the arc tonight. McCabe with a chest pass to Webster. One veteran to another as E.J. Harkless calls for the screen. Goes the other way up to Mwaka. Smartly comes down to the floor with it. 48-44 the deficit. And that one's knocked away. Cardenas. It's away from E.J. Harkless. Now to Moore. Resets back up top to the point guard who fires. And Shane Noel, what a ball handling exhibition there. Off the bench and off the rebound.
So why did Shane get that rebound? 1 and 10. 2, I think he was really annoyed about that pass not connecting.
Harkless hit. They're going to say it's out of bounds on Moore.
I think he was a little irked at himself that his pass that he tried to deliver through 2 guys didn't get to Mwaka. And we talked about Shane's vision is crazy good, but your bigs have to be in tune with you when you make those passes.
Always tough when you get a guy playing time going way up like Noel. As Webster looked like he was going up to Mwaka there, but the Spartans have snuffed that out here in the second half. There was a couple of hands up there ready to knock it away. So we're at the 15-minute mark. Rebels trail by 4 still. Amari Moore hasn't done much today. He gives to Tolbert, who's done even less. Amari Moore over to Gorner. It's it above his head, off the glass, over the arms of Mwaka. And that's a save by Harkless.
Good active hands. Good active hands.
Took out a security guard in the second row and back in the offensive paint. Foul on Moore. As McCabe tried to drive. I think that's smart.
And able to knock the ball away. So what do you do now that you've been looking for that lob on the drive to Mwaka? What do you do as the guard?
Is it fake an option?
Well, now you can play off of that because they're backing off. They're trying to protect and help the big man. So there's going to be some floaters available, like here.
Should open up some shots like that floater from Gilbert. Trio of Spartans knocking it away. 48-44, the score still. Your team scored in the last minute, 45 seconds plus. 14-15 to play in the game. Late to get there was Gilbert, so Cardenas tries to drive, and it's up to Moore. Nice bounce pass down low to Tolbert. It's Cardenas at the top of the key. Catch and shoot Trey off the front of the iron.
Sped him up, sped him up. Bad shot.
Here's Gilbert with numbers. Mr. McCabe right behind him, and now no option but to slow things down. Harkless puts the head down, a full head of steam, and a lay-in off the glass brings the Rebels within two, 48-46 here in the second half. Spartans have scored just 6 points in the last 6 minutes after a 40-36 halftime lead. Harkless knocks it away, but could up that left knee as he's still coming back to 100%. Always makes it better when you got a really strong front court, especially with a taller addition in Noel. Moore up against Harkless, with McCabe switching on to the star player for the Spartans. Tolbert drives, elevates, and rushes it home with 2 hands. The biggest dunk of the night extends the lead, 50-46 the score. Wako in for the first time in half number 2. McCabe pump fakes, takes the shot. Can't get a roll. It's up and rolling around, and Sage Tilbert, a Temple transfer, able to bring it home. Amari Moore, typically a scorer, tonight a distributor. Top 50 in the NCAA in assists per game. Try and drive there, and makes the lay-in through a couple of hands all over him. Just his second make from the field tonight.
Probably the 3rd or 4th time total that he's gotten right, which is very good, but not in that situation. He finished.
Harkless looking for a Wako. Not enough separation there as it bounced off the chest of the big man.
2 easy finishes and then 2 empty trips. 2 easy finishes for the Spartans, and then 2 finishes or 2 empty trips for UNLV.
Here's Garrett Anderson back into the game. Tolbert working around the far side as he's fouled. He's going to go against.
Well, San Jose has me discombobulated. The Rebels a little bit discombobulated. We'll see if they get a stop here. Don't let Moore get right.
He goes left instead. Has it knocked away. Who's it out on? They're going to say it was out on Moore from under his own basket. Gorner off the inbound play. And a wide open 3, no good. But how about the board from Viola? He throws a line drive off the glass in as Kevin Kruger emphatically calling for a 30-second timeout. The Rebels are going to need some more of that last-minute magic here today.
Back to the 1-3-1.
And that gave UNLV problems earlier, to be sure. Noel hasn't done a lot of ball handling tonight. Picks up the dribble and finds Wako in space. A bounce pass to Webster. Pull up Jay from about 6 feet away on the baseline. Just not enough mustard on that one.
Good look, and that's where the weak point of the 1-3-1 is. Some ball movement. You get a look on the baseline. He couldn't finish it.
Webster now 2 of 7, 5 points in the contest. Gorner gets some space, fires a 3 and misses. That's 2 back-to-back good looks. The native of Istanbul, Turkey, to Ben Gorner. And he's the focal point of this 1-3-1. Trying to get into some spaces. Gilbert, through 2 defenders, makes up his own miss and tips it in volleyball style.
Not a bad move. I mean, in the end, it's a good move. He finished, but good idea by Keyshawn Gilbert. Just over-dribbled a little bit. You know, if the top of the 1-3-1 is going to overcommit that far out, you got to get inside him, get near the lane.
Moore moves left. You know he wants to go right. Back and forth at the top of the key with 10 on the shot clock. Step back Trey.
Wow.
He drains it. What a shot over the outstretched arm of Elijah Parquet. And it's now a new largest lead of the game of 9 points for San Jose State. Here's a 3 on the other end. Gilbert can't drop it. Well, puts it on the floor. Misses there, but it's knocked away to Webster. A new shot clock for UNLV. Webster from the near side corner dribbles it out. Noel in rhythm and in the bucket. Shane Noel with the tray, and the Rebels with some fight coming from beyond the arc here in the second half. Noel now with 7 points. That's his first 3-point attempt of the evening. And it normally averages 3.5 points a game. Moore needs an outlet pass. He's got one in Tolbert. Anderson with Noel in his face, misses. Good job by Wako. Pick able to pull down just his second rebound of the game. Long cross-court pass. Gilbert stops, up and under. Beautiful finish with the right. Keyshawn Gilbert, 11 points on the game, 5 of 11 from the field.
Push the pace here, get a stop, try to get another possession. Line up on the floor for San Jose, dragging a little bit, especially Viola up top.
Crowd about as loud as we've heard them all night. There's Gorner, escapes from in front of his own bench. It's Moore. Out at Tolbert.
Nope.
Spinning. Noel gets a hand in there. Who's going to come out with it? It's the running Rebels. Great job by Owako, knocking it away to Parquet. It was butt on the ground. A runner, no good. Tipped away and out of bounds. San Jose State to inbound from in front of the UNLV bench.
There we go. A little trapping, a little token pressure. Speed it up, right?
That's more of what we're used to seeing defensively from the running Rebels. They kind of went away from that in Mountain West play. Of course, it's such a tough conference night in and night out. You can ask any team at the top. Gorner from the corner finally gets one to fall. And he's had good looks all night. He's now got 8 points. That's just his second making 6 tries from beyond the stripe.
Got to stay disciplined on defense. Justin Webster really couldn't help on that drive, so he shouldn't have come off of Gorner.
Harkless drives Diallo out of nowhere to swat that one away. That's his first block of the game. He's blocked 2 or more shots 14 times this year, so he may not be done for the night. With 8:08 to play. And now a 7-point lead. Here's Gorner again. And he drops it again. And just as quickly as the Rebels were within 4, they now trail by 10. The new largest lead of the night for San Jose State. Cardenas hanging off of McCabe, who misses. Now Cardenas to slow things up. I think this is the time where we're going to start to see San Jose State really drag out the possessions. Anderson with a handoff. Moore looking for some space. He'll get it thanks to a Diallo screen. 10 on the shot clock. 7:30 to play. Moore. The line drive screamer that's tipped out by Diallo.
Falling apart without Jalen House not playing tonight. They're down 15 with 10 minutes left. So that 5th slot in the Mountain West Conference is up for grabs. But the Rebels are going to have to work really hard here to get some stops and be more efficient on the offensive end.
There's E.J. Harkless. He's going to have a great last 7 minutes. As Elijah Parquet saves it, but throws the outlet pass right to Gorner. Cardenas brings it up. They don't want to give him the left. He'll take the right all the way down the baseline. Finds an open man. It's Tevin Gorner again. Misses the shot. And an errant bounce knocked to Harkless. Tiptoeing the line. Saves it for McCabe. Rebels looking to pick up the tempo here. Harkless runs through a defender, and they're going to call a foul on Anderson.
Going to happen from an officiating standpoint because they've let these guys play. There was a lot of bumping on the other end of the floor between Jallo and Milwaukee, so we'll see if they lock down on that a little bit.
And last one, the 3rd foul on Trey Anderson as well. McCabe airballs the 3. And now the Spartans content to slow this one way down. A little 10-on-10 action as Gilbert matches up with Omari Moore, who escapes Alvaro Cardenas. Diallo at the top, a little give and go. Once again, finds its way back to the Spaniard Cardenas. Spinning around E.J. Harkless, he's fouled as he does so. This is the shot, so he'll have her.
But to Cardenas, the way he's played, there are not many teams that have, 2 guys who can play the point, and he's played effectively.
Able to make the second of 2. Lead now 11, a 7-0 run for the Spartans. Give them their largest lead of the game once more. Keyshawn Gilbert in double digits, 11 points. And a foul called on the jump stop.
You're playing one way, right? A lot of contact, and all of a sudden the officiating changes the last 6 minutes. So
Cardenas called for his second foul. San Jose State's 5th of the half. Well, left-hand release. He thought he had it, but it clangs off the back of the iron. McCabe has it ripped away by Gorner. That's an effort play from the former Arizona Wildcat, former teammate of Shane Newell's at Arizona. Moore with Gilbert up in his grill, drives, stops, finds Cardenas at the top. And on the shot clock as he puts it on the floor, now turns around, misses wide, and another board for Noel.
Got to get something here.
6 rebounds now for Shane Noel, a season high. Gilbert, nifty ball handling, but couldn't finish. Rebels haven't scored in over 4 minutes. They're one of their last 8 from the field.
I don't hate that shot, but I know we got a ticky-tack. But I don't hate that shot. I just don't love the then run the offense.
64-53, San Jose State as Keyshawn Gilbert checks out after his second foul. E.J. Harkless with 2 fouls as well. Arquet's got 2. Nobody else has any. Just 6 total fouls for UNLV as we're under the 5-minute mark. And Shane Noel's convinced this officiating crew just missed a travel on Omari Moore. Desperation shot at the end of the shot clock. Nothing but net, and the frustration a real factor here late as the Rebels now trail by 14 with 4:40 to go. 67-53. Webster's got it knocked away. Foul call on the way up.
They're making a bunch of calls the last couple minutes.
So Cardenas now with 3 fouls. San Jose State with 6 as a team. Webster, the top free throw for Webster tonight. 6 points on 2 of 2. Make it 7 on 2 of 2 from the free throw stripe. Rebels within 12, 67-55 tally. They're going to put 3 defenders in the front court. They try and trap Omari Moore. He's able to break it and cross the time stripe. And now all the Spartans outside the paint. They're trying to develop a look and a run towards the basket. Yalo dribbles, then sets the screen as Moore takes the pass. Mismatch here with Milwaukee on a leading score for the Spartans. It's knocked away. Milwaukee can't believe it. They called a foul. He thought that was all where it looked like he made more contact than he did. The infraction called as Moore misses the first of 2. Omari Moore has built a lead like this, 67-55, without the benefit of any free throws. It's just their second make and 4 tries on the night. They've expanded the lead to 13 with 4 minutes to play. Okay, try right, now goes left, up to Noel. His catch and shoot 3 off the back of the iron. Gorner with another rebound. That's his 6th of the game. 11 points and 6 boards for Gorner. Kind of an unsung hero for San Jose State tonight. Tim Miles, second-year head coach, longtime veteran of the game, calling out offense. Took 2 years off and was a analyst and color commentator for Fox Sports. He was in your seat, Steve, before coming back to San Jose State last year. Moore drives around McCabe. Great pressure from the former West Virginia Mountaineer as Jordan McCabe forces a miss. Harkless drives, is fouled on the way up and misses the lay-in. So DJ throw shots. UNLV in the bonus, so we're going to see a lot of free throws likely down the backstretch of this game. With 3:23 to play, DJ drops the first.
Shots, couldn't finish. 2 threes right back, 10-point lead, and now we're in the midst of what was an 11-2 run. The Rebels finally slow that down, but 11-2 run for San Jose State over 6 minutes at the most important part of the game.
Now UNLV in a full court trap, and it's giving San Jose State fits early. Out of bounds. And the Rebels will have the ball.
Good 3 minutes doing this, so we'll see if they can pull some magic out here.
Yeah, 15-4 run to bring it to just an 11-point defeat. Webster, quick as can be on the shot, but not enough on it. This one's knocked around. Gilbert underneath. He's fouled. As predicted.
And one of the big stories of the game, in addition to San Jose shooting so well from 3, it's hard to win games.
With Viola coming in, somebody to keep an eye on, especially with the Rebels starting to kind of find some momentum running towards the basket.
Right back into it.
Back into the full court trap. Cardenas with it again, pressured by Gilbert. Fires one up haphazardly, and Sage Tolbert comes down with it over the arms of Gilbert. Rather Webster. And it's Viola resetting to Moore. Just under 3 minutes to play. 9-point deficit for UNLV. This game not over by any stretch. Moore around the screen. Here's Cardenas. Switching onto him is Harkless. Dropping down is Milwaukee. Viola with the ball goes over top, and a foul called on the offense. Another turnover gives the Rebels some momentum with 2:39 to go.
The Rebels got a little bit of a break there. Viola was pretty physical. But take advantage of it.
Gilbert lets it roll. 2:37 to play. Deficit 9. Webster around some contact. Man, Anderson hanging off of him, and he's called for the foul on the layup.
It's been mostly a clean game. There were no calls.
That's one thing that the Rebels have done well all year. That's get to the free throw line so far from the line. Webster, another dead pair. And don't look now, a 6-0 run for UNLV. Webster now with 9 points.
It's getting interesting, Matt.
Cardenas with a full head of steam. Now stops. 2:20 to go. Rebels down by 7, a 3-possession game.
See if they can get the ball out of Moore's hand. Rush them a little bit so they can't drain the whole shot clock. There you go.
Into the corner. A pump fake for Tolbert. It's Moore now with 10 on the shot clock. Moore once again. Noel.
Don't let Anderson shoot on the weak side.
Taken away by the screen as he misses. Mwaka called for a push.
Man, he didn't have to do it either.
There it is. Could have elevated.
Oh, they called it.
And the foul call. That's a big one. On UNLV in the half, so Amari Moore to the line for a 1-and-1. And even 2 minutes on the clock. Amari Moore 2 for 2. 14 points on just 4 of 15 shooting. So he's found ways to put the ball in the bucket, even if it's not the straight 2-point shot. Mwaka delivers a hammering screen. Noel misses on another 3. That one was on a line. And at 40 in the contest, Moore gets around a pair of defenders. Both Gilbert and Harkless able to reset. The Rebels trailing by 9. San Jose State taking every second of every shot clock from here out.
I was going to ask you if you start the foul, but now they've let too much time go off the clock, so you got to play it honest.
Likely next time down. We'll see what happens both on this trip and the other end.
Just don't foul now.
Tolbert called for the charge.
Wow.
Shane Noel having himself a great game regardless of the result. Noel, an outstanding play to get the feet set.
Beautiful execution.
Shane Noel with
a little flair thrown in there by Shane Noel. Again,
you got to make it look good.
Take advantage of it. The officials are getting all hyped up here. Rebels have a shot.
A little bit around a screen. Now it's Webster with the floater. No good off the glass. And the rebound pulled down by Tolbert. And the
no one else crashes the boards.
Rebels trapping in the backcourt. It's Gilbert.
No!
Misses the dunk. And now they have to foul with 1:04 to play. Keyshawn Gilbert trying to blow their one, and these are big shots, up by 9. Nothing but net on the first of 2. Anderson.
Man, it's part of what makes Keyshawn, a good player, his exuberance, but every once in a while, just kind of loses his head.
A little bit of size off the bench as Tim Miles will bring Gorner into the game. Anderson, at least for now, on the bench with a game-high 19 points, tying a season high. Harkless running in his foul in conference matchups. After that first make, he now has 18, just shy of his season average in total of 18. Harkless remains perfect from the free throw line and under his season average of 17. He's got the ball in his hands now. Trap unsuccessful. Viola with it now. He's fouled by E.J. Harkless. So that's, as far as the guys on the floor, the one that you... Noel and Harkless down low. First shot goes. Viola with 7 points. And Trey Anderson, who's got a game high and tied for season high 19 points. Viola misses the second. Noel pulls it down and will sprint the other way. Gilbert into the paint. Out to Harkless for 3. No good off the back of the iron, and Viola pulls down the rebound before getting fouled yet again.
The crash in the glass, and there really was almost no one.
Desperation foul for Harkless, meanwhile, gives him 4. Remember, he did foul out Blood. Makes the first. Here comes the second. He gets them both to go. So 3 for 4 the last 2 times down for Viola. Way above his season average. The lead's now to 12, and wow, Time dwindling for Keyshawn Gilbert and the running Rebels. Need to get up a shot quick here. Noel open from the top of the key. That's no good. That's kind of been the picture of the night for UNLV, getting these wide open shots, and now it looks like they're going to back off a bit. Martinez dumps down to Gorner, and with a 4-second difference between game and shot clock, the Rebels look like they're going to let this one wind down. 75-63 score as of now. Amari Moore is going to have to find a teammate or fire up one more shot. 5 on the shot clock. Gilbert forcing him left. He picks up the dribble, and he's just going to take the shot clock violation. With 4.3 seconds to go, the Rebels are going to think by 12. And San Jose State comes into the Thomas and Mack Center and sweeps UNLV. As Webster fires up a 3.